I didn't even take a shower yet. My hair is still salty. I'm not brushing it until I put conditioner. But there's no better skincare than seawater, like clean seawater. Amazing for your skin. But anyway, if I look a bit tired and disheveled, it was a long day yesterday. I swear to you, nature is my number one teacher and spirit guide. Nature teaches me life lessons like nothing else. And so I want to share something that, I learned. And also I want to share like what my experience was like. So we went to this beach yesterday that in my memory was the most beautiful beach I'd ever been to. Every single time we've been to this beach before this, it was like glass. It was like an aquarium. Blue, crystal clear water, no waves. Just, I always felt like I was flying because, it gets really deep really fast, and I love diving. I love free diving. It just felt amazing every single time I've been to this beach. So, obviously I had high expectations, but the thing is, we've never been to this beach in August, and July and August are usually rough seas, choppy, wavy. So we arrive, the sea is like nothing I've ever seen before. It's choppy, it's wavy, and because it was wavy, it stirs up all the sediment, all the dirt, everything, so it wasn't crystal clear at all. It was still blue, it was still clean, don't get me wrong, but it was all murky. I brought my mermaid tail with me. I got a mermaid tail, and I was so excited to film something with it in this like crystal clear blue water, and I go in and it's so murky that when I put the camera down, I can barely see it, which is always a tricky thing when you're trying to film yourself and not lose the camera at the same time. I got pretty close to losing it, so I was a bit freaked out. Same sea, different weather. Like, just because the potential of something beautiful is there doesn't mean it's going to play out that way. And sometimes people's weather changes, It's the same person, it's the same beautiful soul that you had something, that you had an amazing experience with, something so beautiful, peaceful, and healing. And then their weather changes, and suddenly you don't feel so good in their presence. You kind of feel a little bit like, wait, what's going on? Like, why is this hitting me so hard? This used to feel good. Why doesn't it feel good anymore? And it can be really confusing when it comes to human relationships, because you don't have such a clear visual like you do in nature. You can only sense it through your emotions, through how the relationship feels. And yeah, like what was once super nourishing for me, it just became something that was making me nauseous. This is the last time I was going to this beach, and it was a kind of bittersweet goodbye. But also, it was interesting to me because this place was this like mythical place in my memory, right? I've only been there 2 other times, and every time we've been there, it's been like glass. Like I was saying, no waves, nothing, just beautiful, clear blue water. So in a way, it kind of dissolved that myth in my head of what this place was. And again, this applies to my previous relationship, where it's like I had this myth of this person in my head where they were like everything I needed at a certain point in my life. And it was an amazing, beautiful experience. And like, because I held so dearly onto that memory, onto that mythical, magical creature that was this human, right? That came into my life, I couldn't see it clearly when the weather changed. That was my lesson from Spirit in the form of a wavy day at sea. And I'm sure where I'm going to move in Turkey, I am going to find other beautiful beaches and crystal clear waters, so I'll try to get some better footage of the mermaid tail, just because I don't think this did it justice. Like, the water was too murky, you could barely see it, I wanted to say something else about that, the weather analogy, because I think it's really profound. When the weather changed, right, don't let other people's weather affect how you feel about yourself, affect your self-worth. Don't make a change in someone else's weather make you hate yourself, because it's not your fault. Like, everyone is going through their own storms, everyone's going through their own shit, Somebody that might have been everything for you at one point, maybe they can't be anything for you anymore. It can feel like, wait, why aren't they treating me as lovingly as they were before? Like, what's wrong with me? Or like, did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Was I not good enough? You know, like the brain always goes to what's wrong with me? What did I do to deserve this? But I didn't do anything to deserve the choppy sea. It's just their weather changed, you know? It's not about you. It's never about you. In that moment, maybe they can't be anything for anyone because they need themselves. And if you feel like super lonely and this person that said they care about you is not there for you, right? You might take that personally and be hurt by that. But again, everyone is going through their own storm. Everyone's going through their own weather. And sometimes you really can't be anything for anyone but yourself. And that's okay. That's genuinely like the human experience. Sometimes we have something to give another. Sometimes we don't. You know, sometimes we can only take care of ourselves. Maybe we only have enough for ourselves in that moment. So like the moment you take somebody else's weather personally, that's when you like hurt yourself with it. That's when you make it about you or make it about your worth. Oh, does this mean I'm not worthy of their love, their attention, their time? Am I faulty in some way? Did I do something wrong, say something wrong? Maybe they don't like me anymore. But it's not about you. It's never about you. You know? Just like they're going through their own shit. Let them deal with it. And when it's a permanent change in weather, you feel it. You feel it because you never go back. You never go back to that place where you were getting some nourishment out of the relationship. You know, when the change in weather is permanent, you might need to pack your bags and go to another beach. Just because you got used to this one beach, it doesn't mean there are no other beaches out there. So stupid, but like, do things that are nourishing for you, whatever is in your control. I know not everything is in your control. I know we need each other. I know we need other people. I know we need nurturing, loving relationships to like really thrive as human beings. I know that, but because none of that is in our control, just really take care of the part that is in your control, which is nurturing yourself and nourishing yourself and your body and your soul and your mind, you know, so that when somebody else's weather changes, it doesn't affect you as much. So you can just go back to your own thing, go back to your own energy, go back to your own like sacred, safe space where you're at peace with your soul, with yourself, right? You know? So when somebody else's weather changes, it doesn't hit you as bad. Like you have a shelter from their storm, like within yourself. It's kind of like the metaphor I want to use here. And don't feel bad if you can't be anything for anyone right now. If that's something that you're experiencing where you're like, I can't offer shit to anyone, you're not selfish, don't feel bad. We can't be everything for everyone all the time. And especially if you've tried to do that and you burned yourself out, maybe that's why you can't be anything for anyone anymore. Because you need yourself. That's why like nurture yourself, nourish yourself, care for yourself. It's like our one and only job in the end, unless you have kids, which is why I'm not having kids. But unless you have literal infants depending on you, the only person you need to take care of is yourself. Like, you can't give from an empty cup. Gotta fill your own cup first. All the stupid cliches, but like, they're so fucking true. You know, be patient with people in your life if they're going through something where they can't offer you anything. Like, hold space for them in your heart. Just because they can't give you what you need doesn't mean they don't care about you, but obviously, like, know your own boundaries too. And if the change in weather lasts 2 years, maybe that person will never be able to give you what you need, and it's time to move on. It is what it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this weird kind of video, but let me know if you did. It was still a beautiful trip. Like, it was still a beautiful goodbye to this place, but it really did teach me a lesson of like, even if the potential of something beautiful is there, it doesn't mean it's gonna be everything for you all the time, permanently, because time changes things. Okay, I think I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me today, and Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hang out with me again. I'll see you next time.